Microwave TV.
That's a PM? This
Every football match to come with a third turn. Every football match to come third turn.
Alright guys, so what's happening here is that we're getting ready to start the tour with Anne-Marie.
We've been going strong and we're just getting started. Good afternoon, labor rights. Good afternoon. Just want to advise you of the protocols of today's motorcade. We are going to ask all the labor rights that are traveling with us this afternoon to travel behind the wrapped vehicles. Gonna ask labor rights not to sit on windows. Nobody protruding from the vehicles. Motorbikes, stay at the back of the motorcade, or if you want to go up front, go way up front. No overtaking, no speeding on the road. We are asking labor rights for your cooperation so we can have a successful tour. Thank you, and we will now proceed on our way.
So you know, look, listen, you might not remember this lady, but she came to me, that's why you're quite right. She came to me in Red Hills when we were opening a water project, and you told me your incredible story of surviving prison. And you told me you had a daughter. Oh God, no. Oh God, no, well listen, your mother is a fighter, just give up. And I know you had that fighting spirit. Let's have a quick picture.
The taxis down there waiting on us. We decided that we were giving up.
Yeah. So you what are you gonna do? You might need it. You might have to go back. But I want you to
Quiet.
Oh,
She watches you all the time.
oh no. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Listen. Before you go though, I wanted to alright, just hold on 1 minute before you President.
Driving you down from the airport, she's coming all the way from Canada.
Which report to the VIP? Which report to the I Ontario. Huh? Repeat that.
Prime Minister, your people are in London. Show my people there. Junior, see your Prime Minister.
Which is here?
Prime Minister coming on with him. Can I take a picture with you? I want a picture with you. Can I get one I put please? How long may I watch your life? Hi.
Yes, thank you. All right, guys. So somebody was asking about the lady.
My library Monday morning.
Sure.
My social studies department.
Of course.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So some persons were asking, what about the lady that he was hugging? She is a breast cancer survivor, and she was in a taxi when she saw him, and she literally drove the taxi all the way from Kingston to Portland to speak to him. He met her in Red Hills when he went to turn on the solar power plant. And one moment, yes. And she just is an advocate for cancer survivors and for persons diagnosed with cancer. And she was just saying that she wanted her daughter to meet him, and she said she's not gonna give up until she gets a chance. And that is obviously her own story, because she's saying when she was diagnosed with cancer, she was very resilient, and she goes around and encourages persons with cancer to continue to fight to get their early diagnoses and so on. So imagine driving in a taxi. So now she's gonna have to pay the taxi from Kingston to Portland to make sure her daughter met the Prime Minister. So obviously he has to spend some time to speak with her. You said you wanted a manifesto, sir? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Here you go.
Thank you. One government badness.
Ready now. You don't know American? Who you?
Kim, pose on the camera. The police are killing me. The breeze are killing me. You want to come on the night. You have to get down to Kingston.
Which breeze?
The wind, bro.
Oh, I got you.
They want to connect with the wind.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, Vicky, the cabinet is all set.
Yes, guys, I know about the breeze, but there's very little we can do about that, unfortunately, because I am using my phone to stream. And I know I have an external microphone, but I can't have it on the PM all the time. And obviously PM is not the only person. So once I have it connected, the only person you'll hear is the PM. And if there's anybody around him, you may not hear them very well. For example, when we're passing and so on. So the best approach is to not use a mic, a plug-in mic, unless we had like a, what do you call that? The overhead mics. So right now, this is the best we can do. So we just crossed over into Portland. So we're at the Portland border. All right. So we're just inside Portland.
Roll. Eyes.
Okay, so now entering Hector's River. Endorse on the live. Thank you for the welcome of the Prime Minister into your And for the people who said they want to see their PM, here you go.
Right, so I discussed the roadway. You have a much better understanding of this road project. Now, I've heard the PNP propaganda. No, propaganda is too much of a euphemism, too much of a nice word. The PNP lied that they were the ones who started this project and secured the funding for the project. You know, the PNP has a way to revise history in their favor. And, you know, they have a particular start time for history. Now, when Bruce Golding was Prime Minister in 2009, when the country faced the international financial collapse and our own internal financial issues, the Bruce Golding government went to China to negotiate Chinese investments in Jamaica. The result of that was the investments in the North-South Highway and JD, Jamaica Development Infrastructure Project. The PNP, when they took over in 2011, continued on the basis set by the Bruce Golding administration, and they had a second version of the JD program, and that program they call it the MIDP, which was the major infrastructure development program, of which they took some of that funding for the Jeep program. They also, using the using the window that we created. Blessings.
Alright guys, I think PM will have to continue this information sharing afterwards.
Everybody to get into your vehicles. Get into your vehicles to try and come over there. Okay, everybody get into your vehicles to try and get into your vehicles to try and get over there. Get your vehicles, please.
Brethren, so I want to hear what I do. Look at him.
Prime Minister of Jamaica. Your nomination vacancy. Your own MP of Mauritius, the mountain traders. This afternoon as we fight through.
Guys, a reminder of how beautiful Portland is. Look at this.
So as I was saying, that all of this that you're seeing in terms of this kind of infrastructure was laid by the Bruce Golding administration in 2009, which opened the door to investment from China and loan facilities. The PNP government under Portia Simpson Miller also went to China on the basis that was laid and utilized the facilities that were created. And as I said, they extended JDIP into mid-P and they extended further with another loan from the, I believe it was the Chinese Development Bank. And that loan, and that loan
maybe you could finish explaining.
There's a very long motorcade, buses and vehicles lined up to join the motorcade. Right, so the point I was making is that the PNP utilize the platform that we have created. And Portia Simpson Miller went to China and on the platform created by us, extended JDIP into mid-P, as I was saying, and they also borrowed or started the process of a loan to the China Development Bank, I believe it was. And the purpose for that loan was to build a new highway, and that highway would essentially abandon the coast road, blessings, and build a toll road from Kingston to I think they would have gone maybe to the border of St. Thomas. That was the idea. And in fact, there was a whole alignment that was done. When we won again, we continued with the facilities that were there, and we re-scoped the project. And we thought it wouldn't have been the best thing to do to put a highway, a toll road, because the impact of the toll road on the community would be very limited. So the economic benefit to the people living on the coastal road would be much better if we improve that. And that's what we did. But not only that, we split the load into and we extended the East-West Highway in the Williamsfield. And we cut the whole alignment. Realigned and went in, which is what you see. And clearly, a significant economic benefit of doing this. And we extended this road all the way into Port Antonio, which is what we're driving on. So it's not the same project that the PNP had in mind. You know, this is an entirely different project. And the genesis of it started under the Bruce Golding administration.
Alright guys, one of the things that you learn when you are in the presence of the Prime Minister is that you learn a lot. So things that you may not have had the contextual / background information on, he is always able to provide it. So basically what he has explained for the persons who didn't hear because of the breeze was that the road we're driving and was continued by the Portia Simpson administration. And then when we came in 2016, the government rescoped the project so that it is what it is now. And so the project's genesis was with the Bruce Golding administration. This is in Portland, guys. This is East Portland with MP candidate Anne-Marie Vaz. And as you would have seen, guys, this roadway is under active construction. The Prime Minister talked about the fiber optic cables that are being installed, the culverts, as well as the water mains. Yes, guys, but the Prime Minister did explain that sometimes you're constructing the road, you paved it, and then you recognize that some springs start to emerge out of nowhere that you did not account for during the pre-construction and construction phase. So you have to go back and do some remedial work.
Come out and join us this afternoon as we cherish you.
in East Portland, guys, with MP candidates and Marie Vaz.
MP and Marie Vaz.
So as you can see, you will drive on a smooth stretch and then you go onto a rough stretch. What is happening is that as they do work, they have to test the infrastructure that is underground, which would be like for here, drainage, pipes and conduits for internet. And when they do the first laying, they pressure test the pipes. They may run an internet cable or something, and there is a break because the road is being used as it is worked on. So vibration and heavy equipment, and sometimes you've just paved and then there's a heavy shower of rain. So the project has built in the kind of remedial work, and that is at no expense to the government. That goes to the expense of the contractor. So that's just a part of how these works are. So eventually the road will be handed over complete, but we are using the road while it is still being constructed, literally, and therefore you will see rework quite a bit.
This
guys, we're now in Mancheniel, passing the Mancheniel police station and Portland Cars Court.
Look at that. So relaxing. Wow, Jamaica is truly beautifully blessed.
It's the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Dr. Most Honorable Andrew Michael Oldest. Member of Parliament West Kingston. Your own Desmond Mackenzie. Your own MP is also here. MP and Marivan. Jamaica never party.
Gas station.
Hold on there, hold on. No, drop it. Of course, blessing. Oh, you? Yes. Good, I remember. Yes, no, what's your name? I'm going to tell Anne-Marie. Oh, you're going to carry my stuff? Come on, guys. And this guy just came and gave me this unique little ring. You can imagine. Blessing. Respect. I wanted to share.
1 second. 1 second.
So one of the other things I wanted to share about projects like these is the length of time it takes. Is the length of time it takes for these projects to be executed. This project itself started just before COVID and was interrupted for about a year because we couldn't get the pipelines, and then there were other issues. But the projects that we are doing in Jamaica suffer from long delays and long execution times, and I am not satisfied with that. It is part of the inefficiency and overly bureaucratic processes that we have that slow up the delivery of the public goods and services. The road, of course, being a public good, and the ability to move blessings, and the ability to move seamlessly. That's the public service. Now, one of the areas that we have to improve is we have to develop a cadre of enterprise scale contractors, because the government itself, blessings, the government itself does not build. It is the government partners with and utilizes the services of private contractors. And as Jamaica's capital budget increases every year and we take on more projects, we are going to have to invest. Blessings. We're going to have to invest in our contractors, in making sure that we have enough enterprise, blessings, that we have enough enterprise level contractors who can take on, bless up, large multidimensional projects. You know, who can do water, who can do roads, who can do telecommunications, blessings, who can do the civil infrastructure for drainage and retaining walls and so forth. So we do have a number of enterprise level contractors, but we simply don't have enough. And blessings, and we need more contractors in the system, particularly those who are not just capable of the actual project execution, but the project management. That's also an area. Blessings, and who would have access to the financing for the project. So as we evolve, these are things that we'll do. Our contractor core that we have in Jamaica is excellent in many instances and many respects. We do have blessings, like everywhere else, we do have some challenges with some, but our contractors have performed in the region. Blessings, and have even had international experience. But as our capital budget grows, we're going to need more enterprise level contractors to take on these large projects. And eventually, our projects, our large enterprise projects will be all locally tendered and locally done.
Guys, I hope you're enjoying the Prime Minister's commentary and the information he's providing about the direction of our national development, particularly our built environment, our road infrastructure, and how we are learning from the person persons who are here, so locally execute these projects. Alright guys, if there's anybody on the live who's familiar with this area, perhaps you could say I am relying on the road signs to guide me. So if you're familiar with this area, please place it in the chat. Somebody said Long Bay, Kensington, Darlingford. Okay, we'll have to determine where exactly it is. Kensington, Portland. As you can see, more infrastructure development taking place.
That's it. Bless up.
He's right behind this big green truck coming up. Member of Parliament for Western Kingston is also here. Your evidence man Mackenzie. Your own MP and Marie Farms.
For the people of Kensington, all I can say is you have just the most gorgeous view. So as the Prime Minister said, you are super blessed. Happy to show you behind me, but you're not really able to see the full motorcade, but no problem. Here we go. This is what's happening behind us. Guys, I'm seeing a comment about the rain. I'm very concerned on behalf of the Prime Minister. That was a little gift from a little boy. Alright, front view guys, here you build those into our development plan, which is a form of tourism, and not just for visiting international guests, but for Jamaicans as well, especially those people who are doing those long rides. These are spaces that you could ride through, support the community tourism, the local food stops, and of course engage in these areas. constituency. Every Jamaican seeing this overseas is feeling very nostalgic at the moment. This should be a reminder as to why we have to protect Jamaica and build Jamaica, and when we leave to come back and reinvest in Jamaica, because there's nowhere like home. And not only that, that, just rustic Jamaican beauty. You see that? Look at that, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Guys, and this is why we say sweet Jamaica. With our road infrastructure in Jamaica, and I see a lot of people commenting, wow, carpet after carpet, the roads are looking good. Prime Minister has done is that he has made his pages a resource for all the work that is happening in the country, because you may not always see it elsewhere.
On election day, choose Jamaica, choose Americans, choose Dr. and Jamaica only.
Alright guys, those are our candidates on display.
The Prime Minister of Jamaica,
The Prime Minister is going to make a statement here.
Labour rights maximized the Prime Minister, Dr. Miles Anode, Michael Oldest.
who want the big man, who run the island, who got the best plan, Labour right we ready now, Labour right we ready now. Ring the bell them heavy now, ring the bell them heavy now. Labour right, who ready? Let's welcome the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Mr. Andrew. Who want the champion? Who want the big man? Who run the island? Who got the best plan? Who are the champion? Who want the big man? Who run the island? Who got the best plan? Labour right we ready now. Labour right we ready now. Ring the bell them heavy now. Labour right we ready now. Labour right we ready now. Get the hand them ready now. Get the hand them ready now. The river coming down, no back to back, it coming down. The river coming down, no back to back, it coming down. Labour right coming down, no back to back, it coming down. Brother coming down.
Guys, look at the lady on her veranda with her shirt.
Who want the champion? Who want the big man? Who run the island? Who got the best plan? Who are the champion? Who want the big man? Who run the island? Who got the best plan? Who want the champion? Who want the big man? Who run the island? Just leave me and leave my party.
Let's welcome Prime Minister Dr. Labor rights. Labor rights. Let me ask you to welcome into your community this afternoon the leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, our Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness. And I am sure that I do have to ask you to welcome Anne-Marie Vance, because today every day. So I'm going to ask Anne-Marie to say a few words.
Labor rights.
Show a labor right.
Once again, I want to thank you all for coming out in your numbers to support me and my Jamaica Labour Party. And I just want to say to 1 p.m. welcome to your favorite
Thank you. So labor rights, labor rights. The arm business and a whole kind of thing. I beg you want to ring the arm. So ring your bell and start blowing the arm. Alright. So we're here in Portland. And I know you come to here. Who is the big man? So what time is it? You sure? What time is it? So Prime Minister 1 term. Prime Minister 2 terms. Prime Minister 3 terms. Dr. Andrew Holness.
It is so good to be in your beautiful parish and be with you, the beautiful people of Portland. As I drove along your newly paved roadways and at your carpet, and I looked at the lovely vista presented by the Caribbean Sea, it just calmed my spirit and relaxed me. You have a beautiful section of the island.
Most definitely.
And you also have a natural asset. Now, this election is not just about what the government is going to do nationally. It is also about what your representatives have done, have done, have done, have done, have done, look, have done. Here. The bench. She is speaking up on your behalf. And when she's not speaking for your behalf in Parliament, she's like a mosquito in my ears. Whether it is road, water, housing, she is your constant voice. And therefore, I say that regardless of how what the government is doing nationally, I say that Anne-Marie Vaz's performance here in Eastern Portland deserves to be re-elected as well. And I know that she has done quite a bit in trying to address the issues that have affected you. But nationally, however, your government has also been working in your behalf. We have done our polls, and we have done our polls maybe 8 weeks ago, long before these polls have come out. And so we know what is of concern to the average Jamaican. And we know where their minds are, and we know where their hearts are. So the new polls are not a surprise to us. We, however, do not use polls to influence public opinion. We use polls to help us to determine what our strategy and policy responses should be. And the polls tell us, Prime Minister, MP, Senator, Minister, focus on the public goods and services, meaning focus on water, focus on roads, focus on garbage collection, focus on public transportation.
Yes.
These are the things that are affecting the average person. Jamaican, Jamaican, Jamaican. Water, water, to water, to And this is the government that wants to continue. You will vote in a rational and logical way. This election is about
I know you can still hear.
promise and performance. There is only one party that can do both. The other party promises but never delivers. We make commitments on which we have delivered. And I ask you therefore to choose what is in the best interest of Jamaica. I ask you to choose the Jamaica Labour Party.
Alright guys, so I was much closer a while ago, but the internet was failing. So I am somewhere where you can see and hear.
In half. We have cut the poverty rate in half. You have had us for 9 years, 10 budgets and no new taxes. We are the only government to have actually given back taxes, and now we have launched the Solidarity Program where we are also giving back more social benefits to the people. We are the government of performance. We have reduced GCT on electricity. We have reduced GCT. We are the government of performance. And in our third term, we will continue to perform on the commitments that we have made. God bless you. Love you.
Thank you, Prime Minister. We move on.
Where try about it? Them guys don't know, man. Them guys don't know. Every week, man, I'm talking, man, what people, man, come and you got to do. No, he's gone down there, he's gone down there. Yeah, man, but we don't know why they do not cut the people. Why didn't they play on that mark code?
Alright guys, we were muted for just a few moments. The Prime Minister is interacting as he usually does when he stops. So we're just waiting for him to get back inside the car and then we'll resume our tour. know this YouTuber?
This is the girl going to be, and let them know that the third term is loading and they cannot stop Andrew Michael Holness. They cannot stop Anne-Marie Vance, who remember in 2016 or 2017 when Dr. Bloomfield died. And Peter Phillips said, oh, this is PNP seat. Well, Dr. Phillips, your time come and go a long time. This seat belongs to Anne-Marie Vance. She works for the people. She a people person. She fix road. She provide water. Anything you want, you can call on her. That's the MP that the people of Eastern Portland want. Show a labor right and one Anne-Marie.
All right, Munchie. Guys, Munchie has a page on YouTube where she provides commentary. So you can go there, and she provides really, really good commentary, very informed commentary. And the thing about supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party, I heard somebody say the other day that when it comes on to the Jamaica Labour Party, whenever we're making a point, we don't just come and say it because it sounds good. We have facts to back it up. Our arguments make sense. There's valid points behind it. And so it is with Munchie. She goes and she is very knowledgeable about the political landscape in Jamaica. All right, big up BlackRock. All right, Total Web. All right. Guys, Munchie B is running her own live today. She don't have time to be on this live just yet, but I'm sure she'll rejoin after we move on from this area. I'm not sure if she's on the tour. And there goes Prime Minister. Let's see how successful this will be. Hi, how are you? Awesome. Guys, the PM managed to puncture a hole in the coconut. I don't know if the straw will fit through it. We'll come back to regular programming. Oh, look at that. It worked.
Yeah, you have to get hydrated. Cool Jamaica. Bless up, bless up, bless up, bless up. Bless up, bless up, bless up. We on top of now, yo. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Respect, Spanish town, man. Bless up, bless up. I like to see the people with Jamaican flags, you know. That's such a sign of blessings, national pride. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Blessings, blessings, blessings.
This is the voice of the Jamaican River Party. Passing through right now. It's party leader of the great Passing through right now inside the community. It's party leader of the great
but we support all of our Jamaicans. We know many Jamaicans love jerk pork. This is one to two.
Yeah, we touch one here.
PM, somebody said to tell you that Liverpool is going to give Arsenal 3 tomorrow.
Bless it, bless it, bless it.
And greet them as they pass through right now. The Prime Minister of Jamaica is here. Dr. the most honorable Michael Oldham.
We're at Austin Beach.
Inside your community passing through right now. It's party leader of the Jamaica Labour Party. Prime Minister of Jamaica. Dr. the most honorable Michael Oldham. Member of Parliament Boston Kingston is also here. Here are the from Mackenzie. Japan MP. MP of Mariba.
family.
Next badness. Yeah, show a man and a rookie. Yeah, them don't know how win. Yeah, show a see to the woman. Yeah, gonna know about that. Yeah, put the X at the bell.